But then here I am in a fucking tree of woe. Don't let Nappy see. And then, bam! Van Daminator with the chair. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Look at that. So this is August 2002. This is Wrestle Stock 4. This is you and me in a TLC match for your PWL world title and my SWL world title. We did an invasion storyline where the SWL invaded PWL. Really, our heels just formed their own promotion. And then I tried to beat the Trailer Park Gangster twice and couldn't. So I just said, well, if you can't beat him, join him. And I turned heel and joined the SWL.
Fun story, folks. The SWL was a real fed. It's just that we had two legit people come over from SWL to wrestle with us. One, I think Chad Sizzle came twice.
Once. He came once.
He came once. And then Daryl was, the only guy from the original group, from the original SWL. And that was kind of similar to, the WCW invasion in that they only had, the WWF invasion situation, they only had one or two legit WCW superstars.
Oh, and I'm fucking that up. Went for the Regal cut early. I'm
selling the shit out of that Regal cut early. Oh my God.
Throwing you into the row. Watch the clothesline. I should have gotten closer, but whatever. I'm trying to hit it off big because this is our first real long-term storyline. We had been doing this invasion storyline all summer, and then this is the payoff. Usually stuff just happened. This was the first time we actually planned stuff and knew where we wanted to go, and we're the main event. And so I felt we have to deliver. There's a lot going on. We've been building up to this, so I wanted to start this match with a bang. I wanted to be hard-hitting. I wanted to really live up to expectations. Irish whip into the ropes.
Spinebuster.
Oh, and the mattresses are starting to slide apart. So I think you got right in the middle of some mattresses there. And this is TLC, so I'm getting some chairs involved.
One hit me in the head. I'm like, ah.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
No, it's good. It looks good.
Oh. See, the chair part just spins because one of the legs broke off. So it looks worse than it is. Oh, and then right here, I had you duck so I could hit myself in the head, and then have you start making a comeback.
Not quite on the chair, but I wasn't really trying to aim for the chair anyway for the DDT.
Yeah. What was going on there?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there either.
Oh my God!
You were going to hit me, and I was waiting for the hit like a dumbass.
And then I saw you. There's some. We don't quite know what we're doing, but we're trying. Oh, and then I'm gonna do the foot in the chair thing, do the ankle spot.
I feel like I recovered too quick. You gave me a Regal cutter, and then tossed a chair out of my head, hit me with a chair, and then we're all right, comeback season. You should have probably beat on me a little
I know.
bit more.
We still were figuring out what we were doing and learning about psychology and storytelling. I remember normally our ring ropes were loose as shit, and I actually tightened the fuck out of them so you could bounce off the ropes and treat this like a real ring. But then right there, I done fucked up, and the top rope came undone.
Well, no, that was me because I went back.
Yeah, but I'm the one who drop kicked you. And so if you watch, I'm going to try and put the top rope back on, but it's way too tight. So I'm struggling to get the top rope back on.
I'm over here waiting for you to turn around so I could spear you there we go. Doggy charge. The doggy, well, that's what I called it as the hound. I don't think I called it such as going for an ankle lock. There's that ground game that K9 was known for.
And I'm selling my ass off for you.
And then I'm bringing the other leg in to sort of cross them in my own line. I did a bunch of modified maneuvers, Yeah,
and then I fight my way out of it, and I turn it into a half Boston Crab, kind of.
Yeah, no, that's. If it's not a half Boston, it's a decent leg wrench at least. It looks like it hurts, so it matters.
Yep, and then I missed the leg drop and my shoe done came off. And I only wore this attire twice because I was like, oh, this will be my big match attire. And then the second time I wore it, the match sucked, and I was like, fuck this gear, it's cursed.
I did like the gear though, the red and white.
And then
I thought it looked really cool.
we still had those ladders in the corner because even though the ropes were tight, you couldn't really climb them because the poles would bend. We found that out the hard way. But then here I am in a fucking tree of woe. Don't let Nappy see. And then, bam! Van Daminator with the chip. Beautiful!
Thank you.
Beautiful! Look at that. Yeah, you can already see that pole is like bending on the side there. Because they were not meant for this, but...
No, they were not meant to support body weight. Oh, there's Roach drinking a Kool-Aid in the corner.
And then, now we're getting a ladder set up.
I think he was the last PWL light heavyweight champion.
Something like that.
Yeah.
TPG's just sitting there.
You
watching the match.
you got like a heel and a face back there just chilling. Only in PWL would you see that. The
Walloping
weird.
you with the steel chair, though, taking him like a champ.
I sold the fuck out of that too. I'm like,
did.
whoa, dizzy.
You did. I mean, you did get your hands up, but I still got you.
Oh yeah.
And then what am I going for here? Keep in mind, in my head, I'm Kid Krush, and I can do all these things. In real life, my body can't do what my head thinks I can.
You know, I think it's fine that you attempted stuff because Kid Krush didn't get to good at that sort of stuff by not trying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I did big splash. Okay. Yeah, what I probably should have done is practice some of this stuff first to see if I could do it instead of just in a match being like, let's see.
Let's see if I can pull this moonsault off. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. And then
no interfering your face, Roach.
One thing I liked is I liked how we had the separate entranceways, one for like the SWL and one for the PWL, so you have like the heel and babyface entrance. I always liked that. I wish we would have done that more. Because we only did that for this storyline, and then after this we dropped that and we go back to only having one entranceway.
Right, because we didn't have two locker rooms anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it made sense because here's the PWL locker room, here's the SWL locker room.
And then, I think we stopped using the garage altogether and just used the gazebo at a point, yeah?
Yep. They just stopped altogether. But...
yeah. I thought that was odd that we switched to the gazebo after the invasion.
Yeah, I think because we were trying to... what am I doing here? That was not what I imagined in my head, but okay. I think what it was is we wanted to change up the look. Like, every season had a different look. Like, you can tell from watching a match if that's a season 3, if that's a season 4, if that's a season 5. And so I wanted to try and give, each season its own unique look.
Nice cutter there.
Yeah, the little neck breaker, twisting neck breaker thing. And then what are we doing here? Throwing you in the corner. I set that ladder up, and we haven't done anything with it yet.
I recover.
You recover. And we just stand there, and we're going to fight for a little bit.
See, I'm waiting for you because I know you're coming.
And then...
chokeslam!
And I didn't get no fucking height.
More of
God damn it.
Choke.
Yeah,
drop, a choke push.
I was afraid to take the bump. I set it up. So clearly that was a called spot. I should have got...
no, it was, because I remember us talking about this.
I should have got both feet off the ground. I should have got more height.
It's okay to lose your nerve if you're worried about safety, dude. We were kids. We didn't know what we were doing. I'm not going to fault
2005 Craven would have taken that bump.
Yes, but you weren't, you weren't you weren't ready yet, and that's...
and there I broke the fucking ladder. I threw myself into it and actually took that bump, and I broke the fucking ladder. And I remember being so mad because we need that to win the match. And so I'm trying to straighten it, but then the legs just snap off. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. So I have to improvise because there goes our whole match. Every other spot we have planned with that ladder is fucked. We can't even win the match now. I'm even testing it will it at least stand up? Will it at least stand up? And you can even see my face like, fuck, what are we going to do? How are we going to win this stupid match?
It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then.
You can see how stressed I am. Like, God damn it. Of all the things.
I go for the knees. Yeah. Constantly working on those legs. I remember people criticizing me because they're like, "Why aren't you hitting him in the ribs?" Because I submit the leg level. Like one of my signature maneuvers is a modified figure four. Of course, I'm gonna kick you in the knees.
That's a nice rocker dropper.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Sort of a senton.
Something. And right here, you can totally tell I'm just like trying to think of a plan B. Like, how else are we going to pull that fucking title down?
And me consistently working on the legs and the knees.
Which psychology-wise makes sense, because if you work the knees, it's going to be harder to climb a ladder.
Yep.
I wish I would have had that wherewithal.
Well, it fell in line with my style as a technical wrestler. Like, it was natural for me to think, oh, I could just adapt this so it's hard for him to climb up the ladder. You were also, to be fair, wrestling within your range of, like, you were beating me the best way you knew how, and I was wrestling you in the best psychology that I knew. I mean,
Yeah.
You had never, if I recall in your previous matches, you had never really been the type of guy to, like, ground and pound or work the joint. That's fair,
Yeah. What am I doing here? Okay, I tried to do a fucking Van Daminator and I fucked it up. Like, my wrestling style was always like highlight reel. I'm gonna just do a bunch of shit you would see in a highlight reel, back to back. No fucking story, no psychology. Just every move I do is somebody's finisher.
I'm selling the shit out of it. I'm just like, oh. Like
you are, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, how the fuck are we going to get that goddamn belt down now?
Honestly, the more I watch this stuff, the more I think I could have been in CCW and I would have been fine.
You would have been fine, dude. You should have came with us.
God,
should have came with us. B Money's helping me with the it's weird because it's like, oh well, it's a tables match, which means put a piece of wood on something. Boom, now it's a table. It makes sense for B Money to help me because we're both on the SWL. I don't know why Kid Krush is helping me, but whatever.
Because he probably figures I'm gonna be able to.
From a kayfabe point of view, I'm just like, excuse me, fella, does anybody want to help me assemble the table?
Well, I think maybe, to be fair, and Anthony's putting myself in Anthony's character shoes. He's helping you set up the table because he figures maybe I might be able to put you through it.
Maybe.
He's probably betting on me.
We'll see. Right here, I figured out, okay, these ladders we use in the corners to do high-flying moves. We're just going to have to use one of those. So now I got to, like, loosen the ropes that are tight as shit, so I'm just unscrewing them for fucking 45 goddamn minutes so I can get this goddamn ladder out.
I'm selling the damage you gave me, but at the same time, I'm kind of taking a nap.
I see that. You just... Whatever I hit you with, I could have just pinned you in one.
Yes.
But it's a goddamn ladder match because genius me thought that'd be a perfect stipulation. It's like, Hardys and Dudleys, we can top that.
Struggling. I'm over there struggling, trying to get, I can't even get
I'm struggling to get these goddamn ropes off because they're so fucking tight. I'm unscrewing that turnbuckle for 20 goddamn minutes. This is why I got carpal tunnel.
I'm so weak right now. I'm just like, I can barely stand. Can barely stand. I mean, you've hit me with lots of Van Terminator, fucking.
In the time it took me to do this, I could have hopped on a bench and jumped and grabbed a belt.
And then I low blow you, which doesn't fucking help what you're doing. But
yeah,
it was taking so long. I was like, well, damn.
It was taking and then
backdrop kind of.
I don't know what it was. I should have jumped. Like my whole thing is, I'm just like, I had no business putting the belt on myself and being a main event player if I wasn't going to fucking get some height and bump for you motherfuckers. Like, I had no business being champion. I'm supposed to lead by example.
To be fair, Phil, it was your house.
That's no excuse.
I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure I'm like trying to rally the PWL troops who are listening somewhere back there.
Yeah.
Like, my character at this time was all about, like, solidarity.
And then what am I doing?
Now I'm taking a bump.
Yeah.
Bam!
You're at least taking a bump for me. I feel bad for you.
To be fair, I didn't have to jump. I was already elevated.
That's true. And I didn't have no upper body strength, so I could just lift you. I couldn't lift you up. I had to get you on the ladder.
Oh, ladder to the... Look at all the fucking rest I'm getting. Dear God.
Jesus, I know. What the hell?
But I mean, it makes sense because you have to lay me out so that
I mean,
you
the
can have
baby face
time
is supposed to sell. That's what they keep saying. And then, is this the finish? I think this was supposed to be the finish, maybe. Or am I just going for the belt? Yeah, that was supposed to be the finish, and I didn't make the table. I didn't go through the table, and I was like, well, fuck, okay. Whoops. So then we're just having to just like improvise. And then, because the finish was where you push me off the ladder and I fall through a table. And it didn't work. And so I think I had you like end up super kicking me and hit me with your finish or something. Bouncing me off the table. Ooh, DDT onto the ground. Nice.
And then I put you in a front face headlock afterward.
Give me like a front clutch and you're trying to choke me out. I'm going to fight my way out of it.
Sometimes I would think, how can I combine maneuvers? Oh, DDT into a front clutch. Not bad.
I think I'm going to try it again. And I think once again, the table's not going to break, which is when I call an audible and just say, fuck it, let's do something else. You see the cameraman getting in position because they know, oh, this is the finish. And the fucking table didn't break. So I was just like, God damn it. This match was better in my head. What the fuck?
Sail in, take a bump.
Yeah. So even though Nappy's not a part of the SWL, he's going to rebuild that table for me.
He's turning into a brief trader.
What a guy. I guess when he walked out of his match with Kid Krush, he joined the SWL for the 15 minutes it took us to wrestle this match.
See, he's doing it. He's seen me try to put you through a table, so he's trying to help me put you through a table. That's the way I look at it. And
then I'm getting you with the top of the chair instead of the seat. God damn, I was terrible.
We all make mistakes, man.
I know, but I had no business pushing myself as hard as I did with being as bad as
I remember here being really nervous because I was like, this is the wrong side. Please do not pile drive me onto this motherfucking side of the chair.
Yep.
And then I was like, fuck it, I'm putting you in a goddamn leg lock because I'm not about to take that on that chair.
Justified.
And still working on the knee, like rolling you into that position and pounding you in the knees.
See, you at least had psychology.
But I also like is you wouldn't necessarily. I don't think I've ever seen a technical wrestler do that maneuver. I've seen them roll people over, but like putting you in a leg lock and then pounding your fucking leg. Nobody does that shit. Even today, like I've never seen that in the indie scene. And I was, I kind of prided myself on like doing things that I've never seen before, that no one's ever seen before. Yeah. And they might not have been spectacular, like, ooh, wow, but,
So here's the actual, like, improvised finish we came up with. I came up with just super kick me, because that's kind of your finish, and then I'll just bump into the table. And then I bumped through the fucking table, and it's up to you to now climb the ladder, pull down the PWL and the SWL championships, and win the fucking match.
And I'm so exhausted. It takes me so long to climb.
And that ladder's so fucking short. And now it's a big celebration. Like, all the jobbers from PWL get to come out and be like, yeah, you did it! You did it! Yay! And then this fucking Disney ending played out better in my head, where you decide to give me the championships, and I'm like, no, I can't. And you're like, no, I want you to, because we're friends, damn it. I want you to be champion. And I'm so moved by your active generosity that it turns me babyface.
You know what? I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine.
But what in the Vince Russo is that, where it's like, you're going to win the belts and then give them to me, and then I'm going to turn babyface and be champion? And so then here it's like, okay, well, the SWL is no more. PWL won. That's the end of the invasion. So then I took down the PWL sign. I'm going to throw it on the roof of the SWL arena to signal a new era of PWL. And everyone's just going to kind of dance and dick around while I do all this. Because in my head, this is like a fucking Disney movie, and it's epic and amazing. But watching it back, you're just like, what is even happening?
The music is playing. Like I don't know what my music is hitting. And I think
What gives me PWL had main eventers on the team. You had Kid Krush and Nappy, nowhere to be found. Only the jobbers come out to celebrate with you.
I think it's because, well, I mean, Nappy's there. Nappy's over.
I guess. And then I throw the SWL sign down, and I'm going to put the PWL sign up, and I conveniently already put the nails in so I could line it up with the entranceway. And then I'm going to pose with both the belts because I thought that'd be like a cool, iconic shot as me on the roof with both the belts.
It is an iconic shot.
And that's the only time we had a better match than Kid Krush and Nappy.